Hey guys, welcome back to Don't Eat the Cashier. So, we just met our jester, and now we're gonna see who else we meet out here. As soon as Bob's rhythmic, wet slaps fade away, a deep silence descends on the station. One moment, I'm in a surreal forest, dining on purple goo with a mad god. A god who liked me so much that he offered me a ride back to his world on a carriage made of bones. The next moment, I'm being praised by a multi-eyed, tentacled monster. Maybe these are just my deathbed hallucinations. I'm going insane. Some part of me enjoys these mad adventures. I'm an adrenaline junkie. Disgusting. Now I have to deal with that too. In the midst of my contemplation, terrifying sounds emanate from my boss's office. Unfair bills, totally unacceptably large numbers. Of course, what else would upset him so much if not that? Steps. Another visitor. This one decided to come in through the door for a change. He seems unwell. I hope he doesn't knock over my shelves of shampoo with jojoba oil and delicate lilies on his way. Oh, you look rough. Hun, what happened to your face? Okay. He's not just unwell. He looks like hell. Literally. All the skin on the left side is torn from his jaw to his temple. I swallow nervously. What kind of meat grinder has this guy been going through? He looks like someone who could rip me apart if he doesn't like what he hears. I need to be careful if I don't want to become the next victim. We'll do this one. Well, it's hard to imagine how the other fighter looks. He lets out a gurgling, raspy laugh. You don't want to know what the other fighter looks like. Okay, are you a zombie? That's what I'm kind of picking up on. Honestly, I really don't want to know. My inner archive labeled, I don't want to know this, is at risk of bursting from overflow tonight. Words clearly come to him with great difficulty, which is probably not surprising for a man with half a face. He clears his throat, but that doesn't help much. I need blood. Okay, you need blood? What are you, a vampire? He tried to smile. It would be charming if he still had the necessary muscles for that. Now it will haunt me in my nightmares, among other things. The client pauses again briefly to clear his throat. Mine? Recoil in horror. Don't kill me. I'm already having a bad streak in life. That one's tempting too. How about tomato juice? Strong vintage. Let me see what we have. I kind of want to freak out. I'm going to get even worse now. He lets out a wet, irritated sigh. I need anyone's blood. Yours will do too, if you're not fast enough. He suddenly leaned forward, boring into me with his remaining eye. Go and find me some gosh darn blood. We're gonna go find him that blood. A strange pressure builds in my head, and the edges of my vision blur. An unyielding command blossoms in the center of my mind. I don't know why, but I feel an incredibly strong urge to find blood right now. My client is covered in blood, but still hungry. Maybe he fought with something inedible. Or is it his own? I found myself in a storage room, a tangled labyrinth of shelves reaching up to the ceiling, stuffed with boxes, crates, and mysterious cans. In the corner, something rustled and snorted suspiciously. So where could this blood be? I need to think fast. He's not going to wait forever. Right. Now I'm at the very beginning of this crazy place. Bob, where's the blood? I feel like that would be so funny, but I feel like that would not be good. I feel like it would be in the food section. These signs are really driving me insane. I hope my manager will eventually learn English properly. I'm surrounded by pure madness of anxious packaging, and even in front of the department entrances, there's some baby food for cyborgs piled up. I'm frantically trying to decipher the crooked inscriptions. In front of me are sections with food for mouth. I feel like you don't chew blood. Blood does flow, but blood also needs to be kept cold. So we're gonna go with afraid of the heat. The coldest corner of the store. Large freezer chests and refrigerators with glass doors are covered in frost. Next to the frozen pizzas are gremlin cryo capsules. And among the buckets of ice cream, you can find flavors like Minty Tritium and Liquid Family. Oh my gosh. A huge freezer chamber. I feel like it would be spare parts. That seems right. Blood's kind of like a spare part. I don't know. The section reeks of formaldehyde and horror. Glass jars filled with murky liquids sits on the shelves where exhibits float. I try not to think of the container holding the name tag that reads Kevin. Take the blood of a human organism, Kevin. Tastes of unfulfilled dreams and unwarranted expectations. Homeless, high content of cheap alcohol and tuberculosis. Great, we would kill him. Michael, the taste of efficient resource and artifact accumulation. Only the best for our customers, right? Oh gosh, he even looks douchey. The blood in this jar has a rich, almost glowing ruby hue. It looks healthy and full of energy. Michael, whoever you were on top. Champion's blood flowed through you. You were probably something like an energy drink for the undead. And yet, here you are in a jar. That's something to ponder. He abruptly lifts his hat as I approach. You, already? His voice carries genuine surprise and a clear relief. Well, good thing you weren't wandering around for half an hour. Bring it here. My client finishes the jar and then grimaces. Ugh, for crying out loud, what the hell is this crap? He reads the note on the jar. Michael. Well, you were a lucky guy, Michael. Too bad I can't kill him a second time. Yeah, Michael did look like a douche, just saying. Tastes like a happy family, successful career, retirement account, and this jerk probably never even had cockroaches. At least he's now Liquid Michael in a jar. Hey, okay, we'll save. But I wanted to press that. He chuckles quietly. Yeah. There's something to that. Cool that you found human blood. Good job. You're sharp. It took longer to get to the rat. I don't even know what that means. We're gonna go with, glad to please you, sir. I'm glad you no longer want to eat me. Nah, with that approach to business, you'll go far, babe. I'm gonna wash the dirt off my face. Don't get bored. I feel like he is definitely like monotone king up in here. Like, not full of energy, just like, what do you want? Vibes, like, so hard. Well, he's not here. I have the perfect opportunity to wipe the blood stains. I'm scrubbing the pool of blood on my first day of work. An interesting story for Reddit. A wonderful tale. I'm doing just fine. Nobody's eaten me. Oh, okay. He looks a lot better when his face is regenerated and not half ripped off. Hey. He's looking so much fresher with the second half of his face, although his expression still resembles that constipated owl. Okay, you just roasted the crap out of him. I'll just stand here for a while, okay? Take a little break. Besides, there's nobody here with you right now. Why does that sound threatening? And just so you know, If you try to contact the werewolves, I will take your head and crush it like a walnut. Okay, a little angsty. I'm between zombie and vampire. I'm leaning towards vampire just because, blood and he beefing with the werewolves. But when I first saw him, I thought that man was a zombie because half of his face was torn off. He looked like literal death. I'm David, by the way, a vampire, as you may have already guessed. Oh, well, if I would have just read, then I would have seen that. Okay. An incredibly interesting way to start an acquaintance, especially that part about the walnut. I'm Crystal, like champagne. No. Nice to meet you, I'm Leah. Okay, Leah. I knew a Leah once. She used to trade kidneys in Venice Beach. She was a good girl until she got packed up. He's trying to provoke me, deliberately sharing the details of his life to see how uncomfortable I can get. No kidneys for you. Oh, no, I don't want it. Wow. I didn't know how I'll survive this. Probably harder to just survive this than working in this place. He struck a nerve. No offense, but I think I know every crappy place in this city where you can buy a kidney. It's daddily crappy that I don't need them anymore, unless I want to sell them too. Now I have a vampire here, and he's regenerating. Wonderful. The main thing is to not accidentally blurt out something wrong. I'll need to be friendly. Are you a chupacabra? Chupacabra. Since when do vampires wear leather jackets? Don't you guys prefer capes and ruffles anymore? Thanks for not eating me, David. He lets out a quiet chuckle. The guy clearly expects people to be afraid of him. He might have looked lost when he first arrived here, but now, seeing my fear, he obviously feels right at home. It's not over yet. Although, you're too bony. Are you calling me skinny? Yeah, it's because I've literally been broke. And I'm sure you love to eat all that cheap crap, like instant noodles. People like that, their blood's just not tasty. Only if there's nothing more interesting in that, the blood. Only if there's nothing more interesting in that blood. Oh. I mean, there's a lot of things interesting about me. Don't you want to figure that out? Is my res working? Probably not. Anyways. So you don't like cholesterol? That's the tastiest thing in the world. So, sir, let's get one thing straight. I'm not food and I'm not for sale. So, does alcohol affect vampires too? And what? Got any suggestions? Of course, we have a fantastic deal on Schlonecko vodka today. Only $10 for a case. Would you like some mouthwash? After work? I feel like that one's like, hey, Pookie. Let's try to sell some stuff. Is that the same bootlegged crap that a couple of people recently kicked the bucket from, and a few others went blind? I'll take 2 cases. Really need to start my own business course. I hope Bob would be proud of me. Yes, to answer your question, alcohol affects us. But you need a middleman. You find some junkie or alcoholic and pump them up. Dang, I should have given him the alcoholic's blood. That would have been so funny. We would have got to see him drunk. Dang. But then he would have probably also gotten tuberculosis. So, then I'd kind of feel bad. Then you get plastered and turn into the happiest vampire in the world. David slightly grimaces as he moves his hand. Damn mutts. Probably not all the wounds have healed completely. And does being a vampire doctor fall under my duties? I think Bob said it was mandatory. Yeah. David lets out a dry chuckle. Wow, what honesty. Basically, we just said, hey, it's kind of my job to help you get the wound on your hand, so, like, give it here, please. What if the creature doesn't want your treatment, doctor? It's just a couple of scratches and a little piece in my butt that'll grow back on its own. I'm fine. Does that mean I get to touch your butt? Sorry. If you don't let yourself get treated, my boss will lock us both in a dimension of horror where we'll be cleaning toilets with a fork for 2,000 years. I kind of just want to read her deadpan now. I think it's so much funnier. See, you're afraid of doctors, huh? Such a tough guy, yet scared of getting treated. You mentioned werewolves. It's probably not just a scratch. Let me try to help. I guess I should be nice. But I kind of want to say this one. Really? And how am I supposed to clean with a fork? And why such a ridiculous amount of time? Is there that much cosmic crap in there? His voice carries clear mockery. He's about to say something even more sarcastic when suddenly, Bob has returned to his accounts. The sounds he makes still fill my soul with dread. Look at him! He's freaking terrified! Ah! Ah! Man is fighting for his life! Probably not just mine. Finally, the forks and toilets break through the last layer of his defenses. Alright, I've spent my whole life in complete crap. I don't want to spend the next 2 millennia there, too. Dang, go ahead. Get out your band-aids with Dr. Chocula or whatever you're selling. Hey? Dang, I kind of don't want to fix him up. He looks good with them scars. Don't play. Anyways, David sheds his jacket, shirt, and t-shirt, and then settles onto a squeaky stool next to the counter. He's about to face serious trial, staying in a vulnerable position for a few minutes for some reason. The cruel fate hasn't made him claw-proof. Sorry, that sounded really off. I don't care to fix it. Anyways, you get the point. He certainly looks like he was just thrown into a blender. Judging by those bullet scars, he has quite an interesting past. Or maybe he was attacked by werewolf cowboys with guns. Most likely the former. By the way, I didn't know that corpses have doctors too. Thought the only doctor available to me now is the coroner. Yeah. Rummaging through the necromancy kit that was sitting under the counter, it's heavily military-style metal box with a fading label reading "Kit for alternatively living organisms." Y'all aren't human. Well, I mean, you're kind of human. Anyways, inside, besides the 2 standard bandages, there are some strange items: silver tweezers, vials of thick, glowing liquid, additional fingers, and of course an instruction manual. A cheap, laminated brochure stained with something that looks like coffee. Oh, I hope it's coffee. In the instructions, the first point states, determine whether you are dealing with a zombie. Ask your alternatively living subject if they've ever wanted to eat someone's brain. He's not a zombie, whatever next. He glances skeptically at the pictures flashing in the instructions as I flip it over. Zombies, necromancers, abominations made of bones, flesh, cabbage swirl, in front of his face like mesmerizing kaleidoscope. And all these lives in the city sewers. I don't know how you're going to use the bathroom now. It would be great if he didn't notice that. Why do I have to deal with all this? I steal a glance at my visitor, wondering if the werewolves just clawed him up or if he managed to kill someone too. In my instincts, something out of the Stone Age suggests that he could have. The guy has that killer's gaze. You see someone like him in an alley, and your hand automatically reaches for your wallet and phone. Not mine, my pants dropping. Just saying, look at him. Anyways, I lower my eyes. Next point, let's establish nature of the injuries. What kind of wound could werewolves leave? I'm not going to tell him his damage is psychological, even though I think that's really funny. It's simple. You've got lacerations, claws, teeth, and a bit of saliva, possibly very contagious. David listens to this with the pride of a true soldier. Every word feels like a medal for valor. Oh, okay, so you just want your ego stroked. Gotcha. Something like that. He said it as if he doesn't care, but I know better. Yeah. Wounds from a real rabid beast, buddy. I'm dying of laughter. It made him like us. I want all of them to be obsessed with us, point blank, so. He chuckles happily, trying to hide a glimmer of pride behind humor, but I won't be fooled. David is no longer just a wounded sucker. He's a true gladiator, having survived a battle with rabid beasts. Absolutely epic. I read through what medication I need to grab, the regenerating extract for alternatively living life forms. Now all that is left is to apply the stuff. I dip my fingers in the jar, and suddenly he grabs my hand. Do something wrong, and I'll rip your tonsils out through your butt. Okay. If you touch me, my boss will rip your soul out through your butt. We'll compliment him. You know, you have a fantastic talent for coming up with threats. You should write scripts for action movies. I feel like... Well... I suppose it's just a matter of experience, probably. Goodness. Has nobody ever complimented you before? I can fix that. And you, well, watch what you're doing, or there'll be consequences. Okay, calm down there, buddy. It seems he just heard the best compliment of his life. I apply the black goo on the wound. A puff of steam rises from the wound, and the air starts to smell like something frying. It's probably very painful, but David remains calm. Not a single complaint, which is surprising. Hope it's not from your squid manager, girl. We all hope for that, buddy. Restore some justice is crazy. No, we're gonna be careful. He did say he would pull our tonsils up from our butt, so, gotta be careful that way. My movements become slow and deliberate. I do everything cautiously, barely touching the skin around the wound, allowing him to get used to the sting. I can see the tense muscles in his back and shoulders relax slightly. He's still wound up, but relief is starting to wash over him. Oh, he loves us. Naturally, no thank yous or pleases from him, but at least he's no longer threatening to do something to my butt every 5 seconds. I mean, if you want to grab it, I'm just saying. We'll distract him with conversation. You know, David, every noble knight needs someone to tend his wounds after great battles. What are you talking about? What knight? What battles? Oh, babes, you know because you liked it. I fought in an alley stinking of urine against a bunch of dirty werewolves for territory on the outskirts of this god-forsaken city. They tore my pants, and I had to take a new pair off a junkie who was lying in a puddle nearby. Oh. What? Am I a knight of what? A knight of torn pants? Yes, you are a knight of torn pants. As long as they're not stained. Well, you get it. Say with the pomp of a medieval wizard, you are a wolfhound knight. We'll go with this one. I get it. I just don't understand whether you completely lost your mind or you're just very brave. Since I died, that's not a threat to me, just so you know. I can only crap myself metaphorically. That's a wonderful fact about vampire biology. Is he smiling at us? Kind of seems like he's smiling at us, sir. Yeah, he was. Oh my gosh. This man is glaring. He kind of did look sexier with the scars, though, I'm just gonna say. Like, bring him back, please. Why you gotta heal completely? Boom. Anyways, I finish up. Surprisingly, the wounds are healing. Scars won't beautify this man. Oh, yes, they did. Why are you doing all of this? The question is asked in an astonishingly serious tone. He's driving me crazy. Even more than that clown from earlier, it seems. Girl, I love the jester. He was so, like, insane. I was like, yeah, that's my Pookie right there. Love my crazy men. Anyways. I just want help. Why? You want tips and to go home and play The Sims and watch stupid shows. Real. I just want to help. True. You're an angel of mercy from this dirty gas station. Yes, I am. Yes, I am the angel of mercy in this gas station. Yes, I am, finally. Anyways, these are my work obligations. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't bother with you. Wow, ice cold. Why? Anyways, I decided to be nice because I guess I am. David is confused. In his system of beliefs, action always equals benefit. I'm throwing a wrench into his flawless, long-running mechanism. Guys, I'm gonna fix him. Listen to this meaningful music. That's the music of where someone's getting fixed. You know, I'm just changing his heart the best I can. I'm trying to guide you into the path of loving others. See? Doesn't it sound like it? Yep, it does. It does. You can't tell me otherwise. Anyways. Let's just say I have certain fetishes. I can't watch someone suffer. Yeah, fetishes. Oh, he liked that. I knew it from the very beginning, doll. Did you? Because I just decided on that 2 seconds ago. I do like helping people, though. You clearly have a few screws loose in your head. If you get pleasure from this, I won't even bother asking what those fetishes are. You don't want to know. I just want to sleep in my coffin without any nightmares. Oh, you have nightmares? Do you want help? Oh, now he's gloomy again. Alright, moving on. Screw this. I honestly don't care what's going on in your head. This is the most unconvincing lie I've ever heard in my entire life. He clears his throat. Thank you. What was that? Didn't hear yet. Thank you. Like, that's how I imagine that interaction going. What? Am I hearing things? I thought he didn't know such words. I'm even afraid to breathe, so I don't scare off this rare, exotic display of politeness. He says the words as if he's pronouncing it for the first time in his life. I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually the case. See, I told you guys. I'm changing his heart. I'm trying to get him to care about me. No. He put on his clothes again. Just a couple more seconds and he's back in front of the counter. So the client is fed, clean, and healed. Yet he's still here, not putting any money on the counter, and the tip jar is lacking. Yeah, give me some money. You did eat our product, just saying. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. I like this music, honestly. Anyways. I look at him. He's supposed to be full of energy, but instead he looks lost. David is in deep thought, in that dark, gloomy little place that occupies his mind. Have you decided to eat me after all? This isn't the place to crash, buddy. But there's a vampire hotel 2 blocks down. Girl, I don't know where anything is. We kind of just appeared out of nowhere. Will be nice. Can I help you with anything else? The seemingly simple question stumps him. Okay, Grumpy. David frowns and looks past me for a while before responding. Yeah, you can do something. I'm curious about one thing. I haven't talked to a regular human in a long time. I wonder, by regular human, does he mean an extremely natural essence? Because I'm no vampire, werewolf, or thieving gnome. Or does he mean my lack of criminal record? Criminal? That's crazy. Criminal record, and the absence of drug or alcohol dependency. Or maybe he's looking for a perspective of an ordinary worker, a working class person, a gray collar. Does your face always look that funny when you're thinking about something? Oh, don't hide that little smile from me. I know you like me. See? There, it went away again. I don't know what y'all saw it, didn't you? Anyways, I don't get a chance to even respond to his jab before he follows up. Let's conduct an experiment. Suppose you are now a free vampire, able to go wherever you want, do whatever you want. Where would you go? David looks at me expectantly. What if we ask him about his personal life? Wrap it up. I'm ready to tell you my decision. That's crazy. Nah, I want to be nosy. Should we ask him about his superpowers, weaknesses, who he was before, or will we just get revenge? Honestly, he said he's only like, what, 24? Did he say that? He looks like he's in his 20s, mid-20s. What kind of superpowers do vampires have? What kind of weaknesses? Okay, fine. A whole lot. We're practically a superhero league. I'm sure it never crossed your mind that in reality, bloodsuckers can be way scarier than in sappy movies for girls. Looks like he's watched Twilight. Interesting. Don't play. You trying to be Edward so bad. Some of us not only drink human blood, but also capture people to experiment on them. Sounds like a mad scientist, not a vampire. They turn human bodies into real nightmare of flesh and bones. Dr. Moreau couldn't even imagine. And there are vampire sorcerers who can rip apart your soul out of your body and make you work for them for eternity. Literally. Seems like I already have one of those sorcerers. His name is Bob. He's checking his bills. There he is. I wonder what inner strength it took David not to flinch. And there are those who can make your head explode, literally, with just a glance. But not all of us are such wicked bastards. We don't have to kill a person to eat. Just drink a little, instead of gorging yourself like a pig at a trough. So he's a good vampire, I guess. But some don't care. They just drain all the blood and splash in it everywhere. Forensics teams are baffled why the person turned into a sprinkler before dying. He seems to enjoy it, talking about how cool vampires are. Okay, you definitely asked to be turned into one of them. Look at you. And which one of these do you have? Let me guess. None. That's crazy. Wait, I want more questions. David looks at me expectantly. Why did you watch Twilight? What weaknesses will I have? Who were you before the fight? What weaknesses would I have? Well, no more tanning. No reflections in mirrors. If you were ugly before, it's actually a bonus, right? You can enter without an invitation. Garlic doesn't scare you either. Good, because I like my pasta. Holy water is trickier. Depends on the situation. A stake works, but piercing your chest would be quite the challenge. Piercing any part of you is quite the challenge, actually. Our skin is like steel. unless you have a particularly persistent werewolf comes along. Well, at least you can enter without an invitation. No need for unnecessary chit-chat with people. David looks at us expectantly. Who are you before the bite? No, who vamped you? He doesn't answer right away, just furrows his brow. Several long minutes pass in silence. Some old, stinking jerk. A lot is mixed onto these 4 words. It's as if he both hates and mourns the old jerk. Probably that guy wasn't a contender for a Father of the Year. I waited for him to continue, but he remained silent. He looks like an angry, cornered dog. It's unlikely he'll speak up on his own. I want to ask him, who were you before the bite? He opened his mouth, ready to tell me off, or to mention something about butts again, but he stops himself. Probably his thank you sealed our fragile friendship. I'll tell you, but it's probably not relevant. Well, it's nothing. I was a nobody. I was just surviving as everything went to hell. Unlike those bastards born with a silver spoon up their butt. You ever see those happy American families in TV commercials? They sit at the table with a bowl of salad, smiling like idiots, and they always have a dog. Well, that wasn't my case. My stepdad had a crazy guy who taught me the best birthday gift was a smack on the head. He did teach me how to shoot properly, though. I left my family dump early. It's really dumb, but I thought I'd start a band and become a rock star. Honestly, I could see it. I love rock stars, hey? But as they say, wish in one hand, crap in the other. See which one fills up faster. At first, I worked wherever I could, then found some guys to do some shady stuff with. What kind of shady stuff? There aren't many ways to make a living in Los Angeles. Can't exactly work the cash register, right? David jabs again, without any malice. The antisocial environment made by a resentful of the middle and upper classes, but it hasn't affected me yet. I wonder why. Yeah, being a gangster would be cool, doing gangster things, riding gangster motorcycles. Okay, no comment. That's it. That's the whole story. What about you? Oh gosh, this is my chance to make up something cool, or just tell it like it is. I'm a criminal too, best sniper in my gang. I'm now hiding under a fake name in another city and state. I have a single parent, family, an art degree, and no dog. No telling. Dang, I wish I was the sniper, man. But I wouldn't be here if I was. So this is how I ended up in this dump, about my job search and everything else. I didn't sell drugs in alleys, but it did seem we found some common ground. Got it. You're not in your element. I really want his eyebrows. Look at how good they are. Sorry, I was staring at them. They just look so good. David truly understands. Neither he nor I wanted to end up where we are. Neither of us knows what to do next. And we both love cheap noodles, but he can't eat them anymore, so I win. You must be tired of those draw me requests, huh? I would draw you. Oh, like a French girl? Not you quoting the Titanic! I mean, if you want me to. He tries to look nonchalant, but his eyes show he's interested. Go ahead, I love beautiful doodles. He said the words doodles with such strange tenderness that it sounds more like a compliment than an insult. I pick up a pencil. I'm gonna draw him as he is. Ooh, crap, we good. Forgot we're an art student. Wow, what a face. I almost forgot what I look like. Bags under my eyes like a junkie. Silence hangs in Actually, I love bags under the eyes. And no, it doesn't make you look like a junkie. I've personally offended by these words. I love sleep-deprived men so bad. I need them. I need them to survive. Anyways. Silence hangs in the air while David examines the drawing. He clearly doesn't know how to react to this unexpected little act of normalcy. Looks cool. The last words are spoken in a barely audible, almost reverent whisper, unlike anything I've heard him say before. Oh, so you like me bad. Anyways. 2 simple words, said it with all the sincerity this guy can muster. I can do something too. David takes the pencil from me with deep concentration, almost like sticking his tongue out, scribbles something. Oh. She's cutie. Is that me? A few minutes later, a drawing appears before me. You drew that in a few minutes? Oh, I hate you. I hate you so bad. That would have taken me an hour. Yeah. Or at least 30 minutes. I never would have thought this guy was capable of that. You draw better than me and I have education. Come on, it's nothing. I'm not much of an artist. Girl, shut up. Yes, you are. I was into it a bit when I was a kid. Comics and all that stuff. Nothing serious. Oh, it makes me hate you even more. Oh, I'm gonna get you. When I catch you, Ricky. When I catch you, Ricky. Yes, I'm angrily sipping water right now. How dare you be so nonchalant about this? I take the drawing for myself. Alright, where were we? He looks at me expectantly. Why'd you watch Twilight? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't watch that emo crap. I wouldn't even say it was emo. Twilight's cringe. Don't hate me. Don't hate me, but I hate it. I can't like it. Sorry. David looks like a cornered animal. He stares into the floor, then the ceiling, anywhere but me. Finally, he lets out a loud sigh, filled with disappointment and embarrassment. Fine, dang it, alright, I watched everything. All the Twilight movies watched, Lost Boys, Interview with Vampire, Blade. Goodness, he's confessing everything. The idiot who bit me didn't explain anything beyond the basics, like, don't go out in the sun, you little punk. I thought maybe these stupid movies had a clue, you know, hidden all that silly romance and melodrama. Most of it turned out to be BS. I read legends, searched the info online, and as you can imagine, all supernatural beings try not to give themselves away, but sometimes you stumble upon bits and pieces. Or crazies, one or the other. My favorite, by the way, was From Dusk Till Dawn. Too bad vampires don't explode in real life. You still haven't told me if you sparkle like Edward Cullen in the sun. Yeah, I want to know that one. He takes a deep, ragged breath. No, he's gonna say, I die in the sun. I'm sorry, I just want to see him sparkle. No, we don't sparkle. Want to know what happens if I step into the sun? I catch fire in the sun, as if someone poured gasoline on me and lit a match. No. Do you know what that smells like? Like fried chicken. It's nasty, excruciatingly. Final death, very brutal. No? Imagine the smell and slowly lick your lips. Hot men. Terrible. However, let me ask you one more thing. Nah, hot men. Look at his face. That one genuinely got me. That one got me good. Oh my gosh, look at him. He's so appalled. clearly dealt with violence, drugs, and monsters, but a cashier craving fried vampire is clearly too much for him. He's so disgusted. I'm sorry, that's just too good. Anyways, you know, I've seen a lot of crap in my life, but this is the first time I've seen something like this. Do you have some kind of necro barbecue fetish? No, don't answer me. I don't want to know. I'll just pretend I didn't hear anything. Okay. Can you find everyone who's wronged you in life and get revenge? Oh, okay, I'll save. Yeah, a lot of people think about that first. Oh, oopsies. But it's a bad idea to leave a trail of bodies of people you were somehow connected to. And your head quickly fills with other things, like, well, the fact you're dead, and it's forever. Sounds like he's already done this. So after you've been turned, you didn't find everyone who bullied you in school and beat them up? I usually beat them up right in school, of course. You were in detention every day. Star. Ah, right. You may think I was some kind of bully, constantly pulling pranks, but I was actually quiet in class. No. Just messing around at the back of class like an invisible man. Nope, he was loud. Till some jerk started picking on me. Once I smashed a globe over a guy's head because he mocked my sneakers. That's kind of hot. Sorry. As if wearing clothes from Walmart made me worse than them. Guys, actually go check out your local Walmart because their clothes right now are fire. Yup. Good thing we don't have globes here. Okay. He leans in a little closer. Ah! When suddenly, we hear a wolf howling. Fudge. Oh! Look at him! Oh, his little glasses! Quit. I don't even have time to blink before David vanishes. Now he's a little bat hiding behind the counter. Listen up. Don't say anything about me. Sit tight and behave, or you'll feel incredibly crappy. Trust me, if you rat me out to the mud, I'll find my way to get out and twist your head off. The threat in his voice comes completely lacking, mostly because this voice now comes from a very small, though angry, bat. Werewolf. A werewolf is about to come in here now. Great. I think we're gonna end this here. So, I don't know if we've made this vampire fall in love with us, but I know we freaked him out a lot. But doesn't he just look so cute? Oh my gosh. I'm about to poop my pants. Anyway, see you guys next episode.